What's going on, everybody? What's happening? Welcome to Five Rounds. I am Wantali. Well, it's me for now. Ovi's coming. Drew is nowhere to be seen, so go and get him. And see, today I'm early, so I'm early. I came on time, so I'm telling you now, it's not me. It's not me who's late. It's these guys who are late. Anyway, today's topic. Today's topic is iconic events shaping this decade, right? Um, Before I get into this topic, guys, if you're new to this channel, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification button. That's what we do over here. Of course, if you enjoy the content, we're trying to grow this community, make it better, and make it enjoyable. So, first things first. Happy Friday, everyone. I can see Gun John is in the comments. You see, I see people saying I'm on time, so I'll be like, yeah, on time. Whoa, 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 yeah, man, I'm not messing about. I says you're on time. Of course, I'm on time. Gunjan, what's going on? Anyway, pleasantries first, right? So on Wednesday we celebrated a birthday of one of the OGs, one of the embarrassment of pandas, the lead pandy herself. So when it's your birthday, what we do is play this.
Oh, Shorty, it's your birthday. We gonna party like it's your birthday. We gonna party like it's your birthday. Oh, Shorty.
Happy birthday, RB, Queen RB or lead pandy. Do you know what I mean? Where is Wantali and what have you done to him? Well, I want it to be early today. I want it to be early. So I'm doing this. I'm doing this for y'all. I want to be better, you know? I want to be better. So guys, please wish Queen RB a happy birthday. All right. Let's get this started. So iconic moments shaping this decade, right? What do we mean by that? Let's start with this. So this decade started in 2020, right? Of course, we're only 3 years in, so we're gonna keep reviewing it as we go. But there's so much stuff that's happened, even in the past few weeks, as you all know. Um, so much stuff that's happened, in the past 3 years that there's a lot of things to cover. There's a lot of things. I was thinking to myself, what's the most significant one? But I've just got so many things to think about, right? So an iconic moment, yeah. So an iconic moment, what is that defined as? So it's a moment that is popular, um, or is well known. Something good or bad that happened is popular, well known, that has gone on to maybe influence something later on, or maybe define how things work or change the status quo of how things work in the world. Do you know what I mean? I see guys wishing RB a happy birthday. Love it, guys, love it, guys. So yeah, make sure you let us know when your birthday is. Yeah, make sure you let us know. So I want to ask you guys, right? Um, what is the most iconic moment? Maybe give me three iconic moments you can think of right now, that you think are defining this decade or are going to define this decade. Do you know what I mean? Um, let me know what it is, what happened, or just list them, what it is, and then I'll ask you like, well, what defines it? If you know what I'm saying. So basically, I'm going to start with the biggest thing. I think the biggest thing that really changed, it changed everything for everyone. It even started this podcast. To be honest, that's the COVID pandemic. We've spoken about this so many times, like COVID, but it's changed a lot of things. Before COVID, I don't think a lot of people could have been working from home. Before COVID, I don't think universities would have let you um, write your exams at home. There's a lot of things I can list. And before COVID, you didn't know about social distancing. Some people still don't know it till today. Do you know what I mean? No shots fired. It's facts. Um, so the COVID pandemic, every time somebody sneezes now you're sort of jumpy. Everyone's like, hey, what's going on there? What's happening? You know what I mean? So, yeah. So COVID for me was very iconic. It defined how we do things. If you've seen the thumbnail or the video that we posted on on Instagram of the guy in the guy with the toilet paper, how people were panicking then, like literally they hear about COVID and they're going to get toilet paper. It's something popular and it influenced people to make certain decisions, if that makes sense. um you know, it also moved a lot of things forward. If you ask me, it moved a lot of things forward. It helped people realize that they can be entrepreneurs. It made some people alcoholics. It made a lot of people start businesses. It made a lot of TikTokers. TikTok was booming. It made Tiger King very popular. If you remember that series, I was watching that. That was pretty good. Extraction, if everyone's watched that, it made a lot of things popular. Um, RB says Keefe D getting arrested on the Tupac murder and snitching on P. Diddy about paying for it. I don't know. Allegedly, though. Allegedly. RB says, yeah, lockdown was a vibe. Allegedly. So you know what? I was watching actually Squid Game, yeah, Squid Game for the pandemic. I was watching that documentary actually about 30 minutes ago because I got confused a little bit because I was like, oh, who killed Biggie or who allegedly killed Biggie? Because remember somebody, giving a confession. So yeah, you could call that an iconic moment because it was a turn in events. But when you look at it, the guy's been snitching on himself for a long time. We wanted to talk about this on Five Shots and Chill, but you know what? We might as well talk about it now, isn't it? So for people that don't know, Tupac Shakur, one of the most influential rappers to ever grace this earth, right, was sadly murdered in Las Vegas in 1997. Quote me if I'm wrong. So basically, this guy named Keefe D has been arrested not long ago, about a week ago or so. Not even a week. No, it's been a few weeks. Why was he arrested now? A lot of people were like, but we knew who the killers were. We knew why Tupac died, right? I want to sort of give you what happened. So sort of give you like what happened, then I'll give you my opinion, right? So this D guy he gets his home raided and then he gets arrested, right? If you haven't seen the video of him getting arrested as well, it's like he's just casually walking on the road with a bottle of water and they're like, yeah, Keefe, yeah, come with us. It's almost like he knew it was coming. So the question on everybody's mind was, why are they arresting this guy now? He's been walking this earth for years. This murder has been cold for years. What is it, over 25 years? And now they're like, let's get it. The reason is, right, when Tupac got murdered, a lot of people were not cooperating back then. There was a lot of gang involvement. So Tupac was associated with Suge Knight, who was associated with the Mob Pyru, who are the Bloods in Compton, and because there was a lot of gangs involved, there was a lot of street rules involved. As you know, gangs don't like the police. They don't like negotiate. They don't like speaking with the police because it's perceived as snitching. Snitching, telling, basically. So the police couldn't get anywhere with this case because the key witnesses were involved in gangs was too scared to speak. But in the meantime, according to Keefe D and other people, Keefe D and his people were bragging about killing, especially his nephew, who allegedly pulled the trigger, was bragging in the neighborhoods like, "Yo, I did this. I did this." Literally days after, Suge Knight and his people knew who did it, so they were looking for these people. If that makes sense. So it became an all-out gang war, and the police were trying to stop it. So fast forward a little bit, right? This case is cold. They're not really catching a lot of things. There was a lot of conspiracy theories. There's just a lot of it was messy, basically. Let's be honest. And it's in 1997. It's not exactly a time when social media was there, so things were not happening quickly. You fast forward a little bit. You got Vlad reviews, which I really like. This guy Vlad, he interviewed Keefe D. I think after the series, there's a Tupac and Biggie series on Netflix. Basically, it really lays everything out. If you haven't watched it, go and watch it. So he interviews Keefe D and says, "So you had a proffer agreement, which is an agreement with the police to give them details of something relating to a case that they're after, but not that's the one, unsolved. So RB's got it on there, but not implicating himself. If he does implicate himself, he's got immunity, right? But the condition for Keefe D was, after you tell us what happened, anything you say outside of this room or outside of this case, we can do you for it, right?" This is why people are wondering, the guy already confessed. Why the hell did it take so long? The reason is because he was telling all these stories online, the police say they had to verify, even though they had the recordings, yeah, they had to verify. I guess maybe they couldn't listen to the recording. I don't know. They had to verify this story, get a little bit of proof and all these things, right? Um, so after the police analyzed all this data and Vlad was pushing them, you can see this on YouTube. Vlad was sort of pushing them to say, he was speaking to detectives saying, look, the guy confessed outside of this proffer agreement. Why aren't you going for him? So why are the police going for Keefe D? What did he say exactly? He said he was a passenger in the vehicle that pulled over. The famous white Cadillac that pulled over on the right. Yeah. In the back seat were two people. There's a guy named Dre and Orlando Anderson, the guy that got stomped by Tupac, right? Very relevant here. So when they pulled up to Tupac's car, Keefe D passes Big Dre, his name was, the gun to say, look, shoot. But Big Dre goes, you know what? Nah. And Orlando takes the weapon, leans over. So let's say I'm Orlando now. Big Dre's here. The gun's here. He picks it up, leans over, shoots. So he fires 9 shots, 5 hit Tupac, right? Obviously, all the 3 men in that car are dead now, right? 2 got murdered, I think. 1 died because of health. And Keefe D was the only guy left, which is why they got him. So he said this to the police initially under the proffer agreement, and then he said this on YouTube. So this is why people were like, we've been new, we've been new. So in a long story short, Tupac died because of getting involved in gang beef, So I'll let you go and watch the documentary so you can sort of go and see what going with that. So going back to the lockdown thing that I was saying, No Gravity Animation says, yeah, that's when TikTok took off for me. Yeah, TikTok was just popular during lockdown. Like, it was mad popular. Tupac and Biggie got the best, Gunjan says. No Gravity Animations, what's going on? He says, hey, everybody. Hello, how's it going? Gunjan says, Jay-Z and Nas from their generation. Unsolved, as I said before. My honest opinion, Arby says, is that he's alive, but he's faked his death to get away from Jada. Yeah, Jada is just, no, I don't even want to talk about Jada. I'll be honest. I don't even want to talk about Jada. Like, I'm so tired of toxic business, because I saw that and I thought about Will Smith and I thought, why, my guy? Why? Just let her go. Let her go. Do you know what I mean?
What the hell? Oh, my God. No way. Yeah.
What's going on over too nice, man? Let me finish this.
All right. What's up? How are you?
I'm good, man. No Gravity Animation says, Jada, just stop. Jada, please help us. Just stop, man. Just stop. Suge Knight was a gangster, the bigger one. Was it because of size or he was good guy, yeah. Keefe thought if he didn't pull the trigger, he can get away with it, basically. Well, it's kind of dumb, though, because you get done as an associate. Funny enough, so Orlando's best friend got done for triple murder, isn't it? But he didn't pull a trigger. Like, he didn't kill anyone. He was in the car, passenger seat. Orlando was the one who pulled the trigger, died as well. And the guy got done for his own best friend's death and the other 2 people he killed, basically. Mad, isn't it? For people that are watching, obviously the Tupac thing is not for the faint-hearted. Apologies if it's a little bit too sensitive. But yeah, that's what happened. Now, let's get back to these iconic things. We were talking about COVID. We're talking about how COVID how COVID literally affected people. Like, it changed people's lives and all of that. People are saying TikTok was, became popular then. A lot of people became entrepreneurs. I remember when Fred was on this. In fact, he did this video. We did iconic moments that defined the last decade. He was in it. He was talking about TikTok. And I remember we looked at him like, what? TikTok? What are you talking about? Ovi, right? OV2 Tiger Bomb. Huh? Ovi. OV2 Tiger Bomb.
Yeah, you know yourself. You know what's up. Mr. Tiger Bomb is in the house. I gotta steal your girl. Mr. Steal Your Girl, RB, not Mr. Steal Your Girl, not Mr. Tiger Bomb, aka Tiger Bomb.
aka Tiger Bomb. So what is okay, give me in your head, yeah. Think about three iconic moments so far from the 2020s all the way to now. Because when I define it, what an iconic moment is when it's a moment that is well known for good or bad reasons to people and sort of defines or changes things basically or affects things around you or around people. So give me three of them. You can start with one and think about the rest if you want, but give me three of them,
I,
Ovi, because we've said COVID.
I, I think one as well that I could have. I just seen a while ago. I didn't actually know that was the issue until now. That
Hmm.
do you know this was the first ever FIFA Women's World Cup?
What, this one, the one that just happened?
Yes, did you know that?
No, I didn't know it was no. I don't think no. That's not true. There was one in Canada. There was a Women's
Are you
World Cup.
sure?
Yes, those are guys.
What
Back me
year?
up. Guys who watch football. In fact, that's a very good iconic moment. Guys who watch football.
Yes.
Let me know. I'm telling you, those you. They're like literally. Hold on a minute. You
I'm
might
saying, I'm telling,
no
because I was
no
reading it. I was reading it somewhere, and I was like, well, that's a change. I didn't know
no
that it never existed.
no. Wait a minute.
Ah, let's find out.
We'll find out, man. We'll find out for you. Women's World Cup, yeah,
Uh-huh.
history. It is not the first one. Let's see. Yeah, there's 2011, 2015. So
Okay.
it's not the first. It's been there. I knew it. There was one in Canada. They made a big deal about it. So let me check when the first Women's World Cup was. Yeah, guys in the chat. What do you, what do you
Mm-hmm.
think? When was the first Women's World Cup? You know, the first one. Nah,
Mm-hmm.
nah, 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 nah. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on a
Wow.
minute.
When?
It gave me the men's one. I was thinking 1930. 1930. Let's see. There's a complete list of Women's World Cup winners, apparently. Here we go. So the first one was in 1991, boss. 19, yeah? How old are you then? 4? And you don't even know that the World Cup has been there since?
No, because
No,
I seen it
no.
popped up on my TikTok. It said first. It actually because we're going to talk about iconic moments. I was like, oh, geez, I didn't know that the first
Mm.
FIFA World Cup, female World Cup was hosted this year in July to August.
Okay, dude.
I swear,
This is a
I
good
swear.
guys. This is
What?
a good lesson to tell you. Don't believe everything you see on social media. Don't believe everything you see on TikTok. It can easily shape your life. You know, it easily. This man is thinking like the first World Cup was last year. You know,
Yeah, man. I thought that was the last
no,
one, man. I
no.
saw the first one for women. And to
But
me, I was like, oh well, that's something new.
mm, um, so what you gonna do with so many girls, man? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Ovi, how are you? You got a bold haircut, apparently. Gunjan's
No,
asking you,
no, guys, I got the rhymes. I got my wines,
Mis-
the swag down wines,
Mr.
Yeah,
Steve,
man. Yeah,
Mr.
what's up, man?
Mr. Steve.
Straight, straight from the street. This is some street cred. I need to get my street cred up, so I had to put some cornrows. Street cred,
You
street
got it.
cred.
If you don't got it, forget about it.
Yeah, I'm trying to put up my street cred. My street cred.
The street cred is serious, eh?
Yeah, I said these days, street cred is very important, especially for people like me because I'm straight out of the streets. So I need my street cred. So that's what's
Why
up.
the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Um, okay. So RB says, look, even my girl Lizzie's death, she left and we stuck with Side Chick Supreme now. Do you know the funny thing is, right?
Mhm.
I found out that the Queen had died when I was landing in Nairobi, Kenya. So imagine your plane's landing, and the guy goes, "Yeah, we've now landed in Nairobi. For all the British people, sincere condolences. The Queen has passed away." And everyone goes, "Oh my god!" You know what I mean? It was weird. It was so weird. I was thinking, I just want to get off the plane. Do you know what I mean? But it was mad. It was mad though. That's true. Now we have Side Chick Supreme. So yeah, you know, Queen Camilla You know, I remember people going on social media saying, "You see, this is why you have to be a side chick. You can be patient, and you become the main chick." And look at Camilla; she's now the queen. I mean, guys, let's be honest. You know, let's not glorify things like that. You know, there are more important things in this world than glorifying being a side chick. I'm sure, unless you disagree, Ovi. You know, unless you disagree. Side chick supreme. Oh,
No, I look, it is what it is, you know yourself, eh? These days, you know, you never know.
see, RB says this is how conspiracy theories are born. Allow the street cred. You're 2 years shy of a care home, Ovi. Dang.
Don't be talking like that, man.
That's nah.
What?
Don't.
What? What? What?
Okay. So,
Hey,
your iconic.
I'm still gonna have street cred even when I'm in the care home. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
All the guys there will be respecting me for my street cred.
Ovi, we need your iconic moment. Please carry on.
Uh, what's another iconic moment? I just top of my head, you know. You see, Obama becoming president, that's an iconic moment. The first black president.
Guys in the chat, do you want to remind him what the topic is?
No, like I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like
Do you want to remind this gentleman what the topic? He didn't understand the assignment. What does this read, Ovi? What does this read?
sharing the decade, this decade, isn't it? Come on, isn't that 10?
And what's
A
this?
decade is 10. A decade is 10 years ago, man.
And
So,
what decade are we in? What's this decade then?
oh, my mathematics meant that in the last 10 years, man.
Oh, just no. I know.
Well, you say decade, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think we need to no, guys, read the thing again. Read it again. Shaping this decade. This decade. So we're in a decade now, right? I'm
Mm,
sure when you start counting, you start 1, 2, 3. So meaning
hmm.
we're in what? We're in the third year of the decade, right?
Yeah, okay, starting from 2020. So, basically.
Gunjan, you have no excuse. I explained this. So from 2020 going forward,
Mm.
we will always review this as we go forward. So, hi. Abi says, don't laugh at him, Wantali. You don't laugh at him, Wantali. Both of you are the same age. Actually, Ovi's older than me, so thank you very much.
No, that's not true, guys. It's just
Gun,
because the other guy, when he was coming abroad, he reduced 10 years. So that's why his age seems to be young. But if we have to investigate you, we're going to find out, you know,
and
skeletons in his
okay,
closet.
and Obama won the election in 2008 anyway. So even if you're talking about the last decade, it's still a little bit wrong there, isn't it? Very, very wrong, actually. Very, very wrong. Yes, Ovi. Should we come back to you?
Yeah, come back to me then. Come back to
I'll,
me. Because I was gonna be saying things like Bin Laden getting killed, you know, things like that, you know.
for
Yeah, I'm
me,
sorry.
if you saw the promo
Mm.
video, for me, it's England winning the what was it? Euro, what was it? Damn it, I forgot what year it was. When did England win the Euros, man? England women's team, yeah? Women's team I'm talking about here.
Okay, I was wondering. I was like, no, your guys don't know how to win anything. They just know
Huh?
how to sing about. They know how to sing about winning something, but they don't know how to win it. They produce a song, all right. They know how to. They can. Oh yeah, they'll sing about it. Yeah, he's coming home. Blah blah blah. We'll bring it in the kitchen, but don't bring it even in the toilet. You know, anyway. Useless bunch of football players. Hey.
Right. Right. It was actually in 2022. How could I forget? It was July 2022. Don't clip me, please, please, please. Don't clip me. What did I say? Did I say Europe? I said Europe. Yeah, yeah. So they won the Euros, isn't it? So the women's Euros, basically, they won. 2022. The reason I say it's iconic is just the timing of it. They won in the last minute, right? It was women's football, something that people are still undermine till today, right? But even those moments happened in women's football, because I don't know about you guys. I love football, right? Football is about moments. Football is about emotions. About so me, this made me pay more attention to women's football. Like, is it actually pretty? Is it actually good? So I went and checked, and now I know some of the English football players, the women's football players. Do you know what I mean? Or also the attendance levels, you can tell, have gone up. FIFA, for example, the FIFA World Cup, this year's World Cup, I watched the final. I watched some of the games, and I watched the final as well, the whole thing, start to finish. So for me, I feel like it was pivotal, especially in England. It was pivotal. You can tell that there's a shift. You're seeing more commercials with female football players there. You're seeing more news about, female football teams and clubs and all that. So yeah, that was for me. That was iconic. I don't know what you guys think in the chat. Also, keep bringing these iconic moments, man. There's a lot of things that happened.
How
A
how
lot.
how about how about your man becoming the king of England? Did anyone say that?
Well, for the no, but yeah, Abby alluded to it. She said, the death of Queen Elizabeth. Yes, it was a big moment, because something changed there. It's something you have known for many years. Many,
Yeah.
hundreds, not 100. Okay.
And the way the only way I say that, because the way he's now the king, I think now it's gonna be kings all the way
Yeah,
so far
yeah,
for the
yeah.
next long couple of years. Now it's gonna be king, king, king. No more queen. I think for a while anyway. You know
Exactly.
what I
So
mean?
it was the end of an era, because before her it was a queen as well, wasn't it? So
It was a
before
king, yeah.
yeah. So wait, was it a queen before Queen Elizabeth?
I think so. Yeah, it was King Elizabeth the first, then the second.
No, no, it wasn't queen. It wasn't. It was a king.
Bruh, you need to know this, okay? You
Yeah,
live there.
I know,
You know
right?
what I
I
mean?
know, right?
You live there.
The home
Like
office will be looking now. That's it.
that's what I'm
Cancel.
saying.
Cancel it.
I'm telling you, home office might come and cancel your stuff. Like, nah. How did this guy pass his exams? You know what I mean?
Hey, it's better than you saying this was the first World Cup. You know what I mean? It was better than that.
Bruh.
Don't make me turn
Because
this into
because
a roast session.
I know I seen it pop up. So I was like, oh god damn, I didn't know that she could.
Mm. RB says immigration laws. It was King Louis the Eighth. It was King Louis the Eighth. Was it King? What's wrong with us today? Listen, out of form today, out of form. Because you see, the thing is, you hear a lot about Queen Victoria and then Queen Elizabeth. But so Abby says you're never getting citizenship with these answers. This is right, but I corrected myself. I didn't just go the whole stream, as I corrected myself. I said it was not a queen; it was a king. It was actually the queen's dad, wasn't it? It's got to be. It's got to be. I mean, come on.
I think also this could be an iconic moment. The fact that it's very iconic that
You're just
what's your man? What?
Yo,
No, well, what's
it's Ovis' fault. He's confusing me. I had my three iconic moments. This guy's confusing me.
okay? Do you know what's Rihanna's husband's name again, or is it boyfriend? The one his two kids with?
We're not listening. Listen, we're not listening to Gunja. Why is she saying I'm listening to Gunja? Oh, Philip, you mean?
Hey, what's is it Ace? Is this ASAP Rocky? I
What's
think
wrong?
it's an iconic moment. The fact that Rihanna is richer than him, maybe 5 times, but this guy is still hitting the second child. It's very iconic. He's an iconic man. He's a legend. He's iconic. He's iconic. To me, it's iconic. You know what I mean? It's iconic. She's richer than him and he's still there.
So that's it, King George. It was King George. Wait. Okay, yes, that's right. So RB got it. It was her father. It was King George. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, not Louis. Who's RB? Who's Louis? Louis, don't be mentioning your neighbors thinking they were kings.
I don't know what he's on about, man. I honestly do not know what he was on about. I was referring to other things, not what he's referring to. I think he's confused. He's a confused fella, actually, to be fair. Here's one thing I got. So Anna says neither of you paid attention in your history classes. Here's one thing I got for you, Anna. I dropped history. So as soon as I learned African history, don't tell that to the Home Office. As soon as I learned African history, I dropped it. I had no interest in European history, but I do regret it now, because I think history is quite important for me to even the Gaza Israel thing, right? I had to go and look it up because I've never read on it. I've never really, I never did the history of it, so I had to go and
So
look it up.
you didn't even go. Basically, you even never went to church.
Well, I mean, I did, but they normally just comment about it. They normally just comment. They don't give you all the facts. In fact, they
But
tell you their
because
narrative.
those two have started fighting ever since in, I don't know, in the Bible ages time. You know what I mean?
So now they're naming kings. We're naming kings. Thanks, obviously. Now they think we don't know hey, they know we don't know the kings. you
No,
know?
she's trying to give you tips for the next exam when you're sitting for your. You know what I mean? She's helping you there, but you're not understanding what she's trying to do. She's
What
assisting.
what do you no. Ovi, you're the one who said this, the whole King Charles thing and all of that.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I think so. Yeah, but it is iconic as well, because now we're gonna have a male bloodline. No, the bloodline is gonna be kings, kings, kings. I think for the next, I don't know, unless someone just goes and shoot all the, who's that? What's Harry's brothers and his son, and then if that son has the son, you know what I mean, Harry and all them, you know what I mean. So yeah, it seems like we're
Okay.
gonna be having kings.
Oh boy, this guy. Yeah. So for me, women's football. Yeah, I think women's football. The English. So the English team winning the winning the women's Euros. It was
Euros,
significant
yeah,
because I'll tell you why. The scope is huge on the scope is huge on English football, right? Some people might say no, but English football gets the most airplay. If you go anywhere in any shred of Africa, Asia, wherever, they will tell you they know what a Manchester United is. They'll tell you they know what a Man City is. They know who Harry Maguire, who makes it in Parliament houses as a topic.
in
So
Africa.
they know what the BBC is. So for women's football to be projected that well, or for the women's English women team, the England women team to win women's Euros, yeah, in 2022, it was quite significant because it was televised a lot, and then they were in the finals in the World Cup. So a lot of people are now becoming aware of this sport, or this side of the sport, and these women are talented. Of course. Here we go. Somebody's already. We also know what the BBC is. Well, yes, British Broadcasting Corporation. We ain't about the other stuff that you're talking about. Violation. This woman. Um, bloodline. A male bloodline sounds very suspicious. I'm just saying. Oh, okay, right. The baby high is in the building. Hello, the baby high. Oh, Mr. Ovi, too nice. We are still waiting for your iconic moment. I'm
Yeah, but
really
I
on this.
gave. So I gave you one, so you have to give one. I mentioned King Charles, becoming king. You know what I mean? That's my iconic moment. That's one of them. So you
Yeah,
can
I
you can
guess
tell
I guess
yours.
you could say that because this is rare when there's a new being coronated, the coronation of the king, basically. Because all my the whole time I've been here, it's been God save the queen, God save the queen. So you almost have to remember, oh, it's God save the king now. You know what I mean? And sometimes
Mm.
you still think the queen's alive because she's been alive for such a long
Can
time.
I ask you? Were those words on your national anthem?
Yeah, they are. God save the queen. Yeah.
Also, now your national anthem has changed, has
God
it?
save, God save the king. Yes, that's how it changed from the day that King Charles was now announced the king, basically.
All right, I didn't know that. That's that's
Oh,
that's
God.
interesting.
What's the Irish anthem, man? Is there one?
Oh, there is one, yeah, but it's in Guerga, so basically the Irish language.
Can you
I
sing
think
it?
I can sing it. I can only say swear words in Irish, man.
Oh God.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like all my Irish people, poke my horn, poke my horn. Hey,
Ay
hey.
ay 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 ay.
Basically that means kiss my ass, poke my horn.
Yeah, we didn't want to know.
I just want to put it in there.
uh,
You
uh,
know.
um. Yeah. So one of the for me another iconic moment is AI. Chat GPT in specific. AI has been around for years, right? But for AI to reach the level that Chat GPT is, it's literally information on demand. It's anything at your fingertips, and available like that, readily available like that. You don't have to go through corners or pay a huge fee to sort of have AI on your computer, on your phone, on this. I feel like that is iconic, and you can tell the effect of what AI has done. AI is helping people win arguments, man. People are saying, "Hey, the best this according to AI," or or this trend that came on social media platforms where AI was redrawing your face, making you look like a cartoon character or whatever it was. So I think, yeah. So the AI movement, I think it's literally just it's 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 influenced a lot of things. That's what I'll say, because there's so many systems in place now that are using this AI technology. Of course, it was at a industrial level first, but now, for you to see it, at consumption level and the effect it's having, I think it's iconic. We will remember this in history. We will
That's
remember
yeah. We'll
ChatGPT.
remember.
The conspiracy
Mm.
theorists will start saying, "Hey, it won't be long till the Terminator comes." You know what I mean? But yeah, there we go.
How about
Okay,
and
now let's talk about boxing. This is 1 decade of AJ. Who?
nah.
Abel Joints. Who's that? Who's that? Um, fight of the decade: Merriweather, Pacquiao, the Tank Garcia, or Tank and Garcia. Yeah, I watched that Tank and Garcia fight. Actually, that was pretty good. Yeah, Gunjan says yes. The coronation, the consort with the new queen. You see, yeah, those things define the time. You're getting better than Wantali anyway. His Irish goes to Baby Guinness. Yeah, that's it. That's all I know. Gunjan says 2022 technology. Gunjan, 2020 and above. The computer could talk like humans. It was just expensive. Yeah, of course. But I mean, look, I'm not saying that it wasn't there, but I'm saying it's popular now, and that you got to see the definition of it. VR, yeah, virtual reality has been there for years, but it's been popular recently. So you got to look at when did things turn? What was that thing that made the moment turn? What built the momentum, the interest, the integration into into it, basically.
How about
Jesus, the proof? Go on.
I was gonna say, how about the killing of George Floyd?
When did it happen?
That happened in 2020, bro.
Okay. You know how I know that you forgot that we spoke about this in the previous one? Yeah.
No, which no.
Iconic. Yes. So iconic
We
moment.
talked about the Black Lives Matter movement.
Yeah,
That I'm talking about.
Which was triggered by what exactly?
It wasn't triggered. Black Lives Matter was there since 20 something. Before that, it was before that. It just because of that killing, it's when people realized that there's a Black Lives Matter movement exists out there.
So what you're saying, the internet, so the fact that it reached global appeal, yeah?
Yes, it's because of that. If like before there was a killing of someone, Martin, you remember, there was still Black Lives Matter movement, but nobody, like, you didn't know about Black Lives Matter movement. Let's be honest. I think if you Google it, it was there since 20 something, man.
Since when?
You know, I think 20, maybe I think like 20, maybe 20. I don't know, I gotta Google, but it was there before. But
You're right.
it just yeah.
You're right. So Black Lives Matter. The movement began in July 2013 with the use of the hashtag Black Lives Matter on social media after the acquittal of George Zimmerman. You remember George Zimmerman, right? The guy that shot the kid, Trayvon Martin, basically.
I don't remember that guy now. Be honest. I mean,
Trayvon Martin.
No, I only remember. Oh, Trayvon Martin.
Yes, Trayvon Martin.
Yeah, the way you were saying it, you had that English.
Trayvon.
Yeah, you had that English bush accent. Trayvon, come on, Trayvon Martin.
Okay,
dude,
sir.
Man. Yeah. Shit, man.
And look.
So I think it was iconic because it's what actually brought out, the people to know that there's actually a movement that's called Black Lives Matter. You know what I mean?
Mm.
You know?
And Drew is in the building. Welcome, Mr. Drew. And he's gone again. So the Trayvon case, it was really about an off-duty police officer who shot a boy in a neighborhood because he thought he was trying to rob the neighborhood, basically, and he got acquitted for it. So this is when this Black Lives Matter thing happened. But then I get what you're saying about George Floyd. When it happened to George Floyd, Black Lives Matter became a global issue now. It was globally something that was being talked about even throughout, something that football players still do it till today. They still lean to today. Till today. I don't know what is
What's
going
up?
on.
What's up, guys?
What's good, Drew? What's
Nothing
going
much.
on?
Sorry, my bad. I was driving some people. I was driving some people around. I was picking up a few friends, and they're visiting me. They're in the house right now.
Oh my gosh. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
yeah.
Alcohol is the situation, yeah. What's going on,
Oh,
man? What's going on?
I'll go home, man. I'll
we're
go home.
chilling. We're chilling. We're chilling. We're chilling. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. And yeah.
Okay. All right.
How are you, lad?
We're good, man. We're good. We're good. We're talking about the iconic moments that are shaping this decade, basically. I wanted to define it first before you do what Ovi did, and then start talking about things that happened in 2008, or this guy was talking about Obama for some reason.
I love Obama, bro.
Yeah,
Don't
but
be hating. That's street cred.
is it shaping this decade?
No, bro, but he shaped all the street cred for all gangsters like us in the streets, man.
In the streets, Obama shaped.
Yeah.
How is Obama shaping the streets, dude? Like how is that happening?
Because you're the black president and the streets, so we in the streets got respect. We had respect on our names, you know. That's what happened. So that's my street cred went 2 levels up.
Ovi, my man. Okay, so what have you guys discussed so far? I wasn't.
Yeah. So
Mm.
iconic moment. Yeah, we've defined it as something. Well, not we. It's the definition of it is something that's popular for good and bad reason, or for good
Right.
or bad, for a good or bad reason
Right.
that has influenced, I guess, culture, economy, and all these things. So one of the things we discussed was what we just discussed here is the killing of George Floyd, which globalized BLM.
Right.
The women's World Cup, or not the World
Right.
Cup. So not the World Cup. The England women's team winning the women's Euro in 2022.
Right.
Ovi said the Women's World Cup, which he thought was the first one ever, when the first one was in 1991.
I didn't not say that.
Yeah, you did. We spoke about COVID.
COVID, of course. Yeah.
We spoke about COVID. There is one more thing: the Queen.
The Queen died.
The passing of the Queen, and also the coronation of King Charles.
Right.
So, what about you? What do you think? Oh, and ChatGPT, of course.
I'm thinking DMX died, man. DMX passed, man. DMX is one of the people that shaped hip hop music, man. Like, yeah.
He's gone, is he?
Yeah, no. So is DMX passing? And yes, it is actually, because
it is. We lost a soldier, man. We lost a soldier. Man.
Yeah.
Think about hip hop without DMX.
So yeah, I think DMX was one of those artists that was known across generations. It didn't matter if you were young, old, whatever. Once you hear that guy's voice, you knew who he was. So just his influence alone. Yeah, so him dying was definitely iconic because it changes things in terms of music.
It does. I think as a hip hop follower, I think there's a gap right now without DMX. We're missing that artistry that DMX provided for us. Well, he committed to hip hop music in a way that I don't think anyone can replace him. There will never be one like DMX. There will never be anyone that sounded like DMX. Ja Rule tried to sound like DMX at some point, but
okay. So for the youngsters or the hipsters that don't know who DMX is, can you quickly tell them who he is and why you think what makes him special, basically?
He
Okay,
shows
so
no love to thugs.
Oof, Nipsey.
That's what makes him special.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know why I missed that. Nipsey passing away, but Nipsey passed away in 20. What was it? Was it
19,
I think it
no?
was before Corona. Before
Yeah,
Corona.
before
Nipsey
Corona.
passed before
So
Corona.
that doesn't count. Kobe though. Kobe, that's a good
Kobe
one.
is passing, yeah.
Kobe, yeah.
That was
That's also a gap in the basketball.
Mamba mentality, man. Mamba mentality.
Mamba mentality.
How about you know what? Me, I'm on your case. I'm on your case as well, right? Because I think Brexit as well, Brexit in 2020.
Brexit is another. Brexit was another iconic moment. You know what? I've got a story for that. I remember when
it made you guys broke.
Brexit.
Your guys thought you're gonna be gangster out here. Now you're broke.
Yo, man.
Man.
It's like walking out of your house, in a relationship, and then you realize, fuck, I ain't got shit in this place, I'm just gonna go out with my clothes.
Let me ask one of my mates here. Like, what do you think is an iconic moment this decade? This decade, and any iconic moment that's happened this decade,
from 2020 to now.
From 2020 to now,
the hypocrisy of the Western world.
He just hit the nail on the head. He just hit the nail on the head.
This is Robin. Say what's up, Robin.
What's going on, man?
What it do, what it does, man. What it do, what it does.
Cheers.
Give me the street cred. Give me the street cred.
He's also Malawian. And we have another Malawian dude up in here. This is Mike.
What's up, homies? How you doing?
Yeah, what's going on, boss? You all right?
I'm always alright, man. Always alright.
Good man.
Give me the street cred.
Has he told you you're streaming live on 5 Rounds podcast, man? Has he told you that? Because Drew thinks he's on his radio station. He thinks this is a call-in show. He's like,
yeah. No. It's all good, man. It's all good. We're streetwise. I'm just hearing about you guys, what you guys are talking about, and I'm just like, wow. Yeah, we're streetwise up here too, man. It's all good in the hood.
That's it. So,
what's up?
Yeah, man. So what is your iconic moment? So what are your iconic moments so far from 2020 to now? Yeah.
With regards to what, man? I've had so many iconic moments. I don't know with regards to like you need to give me a vibe to kick on, man. Like, because if leave it open like that, then I ain't got nothing to say. But if you give me a specific chapter.
Okay, so what has happened from 2020 until now? Anything that's like big internationally, like the whole planet basically was like, wow. Like, yeah.
Okay. For starters, since 2021, right?
Since 2020.
Oh, since 2020. Well, I'm Malawian. Iconically, I would say Chakwera, the loser.
You know what? When did that happen?
Well, I mean, people are suffering back home, man. I speak. I've got family that is like, but man, like for real, man. Like things are tight.
But I have he made a very good point, and the most important thing from Chakwera's victory is not because he won the elections, but it's just the fact that our judicial system worked at that point.
Yeah.
And also the fact that Peter Mutharika respected the other arm.
Let's not do politics, man. Let's get away from politics.
I mean, we're talking about anything.
I know, but I think politics is
I need to give context to the guys that are watching, right? So these guys are referring to the current Malawian president, right? Of course, these are opinions, yeah. So let me start there.
Nobody have no idea what's going on down home.
So guys that are watching, Malawi's president right now is Dr. Lazarus Chakwera.
Lazarus Chakwera.
You, man, what you gotta say, man? I mean, like, what you gotta say? You just said Lazarus Chakwera. What do you want to say about him?
So basically, now what they were talking about, is how he won his presidency.
Yeah.
I think Malawi was one of the first. Is it one of the first? I don't know. One of the few
Yes.
countries that turned the
Yes.
decision. So basically,
Yes.
another president gets elected, and then it goes to court to prove that
Mm.
the election was a fraud,
Mm.
and then
Yeah.
we have a
Yeah.
re-election.
Without.
We have a
Bro,
re-election.
sorry for cutting you off. I'm sorry I have to, but that was the first time I ever sang the Malawian national anthem from the heart. Like, I was so proud to be Malawian at that moment. I was like, we really did this? This is the history, man, in the making. And then a few years down the line, man, I'm
what
like,
happened?
I was never part of that.
Thank you. So everybody got behind this thing of removing who we thought was a corrupt president and putting in another president. So we turned around an election. So imagine wherever you're from, imagine your president wins an election, and then the guy who lost goes, nah, this was fraudulent, goes to court, wins the case, and they have another election, and the loser this time wins. So this is the situation that happened in Malawi. But then the loser is worse than the guy that won before. Can
you imagine, man? I mean, that's what's driving me crazy about this whole situation, because yeah. Okay, I haven't got much to say, man, because I've never voted in my whole life before, so I can't talk about the people who cast their vote.
At the same time, guys, we should remember that the global market has changed for each and every country. So we might say the loser was better than the current one, but times have changed now. Even in Norway, the price of fuel are higher, and the price of electricity are higher in Norway, than any place, So it's not even the president himself, but it's just the times that he found himself in. So I think we should also look at that aspect. That he doesn't control the time that he found himself in. But also the market, how the market regulates itself. That's another aspect maybe we should think about.
Appreciate it. So
yes, my man.
I mean, to be honest and fair, I think I agree with both of them. First of all, it was an iconic moment for democracy of Malawi. We have to respect that. For the first time in Malawi, people can actually evaluate and look through what's been happening and say, we need to make change. And change has been established. And at the same time, we need to give the guy a break. I mean, there are so many things that he can fix. He should be fixing. But it doesn't take one night. It's not overnight job. It takes a long time to fix. I think if Ovi was president, he could have done a better job. But
yeah, Look.
Let me tell you something, right? I get what everybody's saying, right? But if we're gonna sit here and talk about what's going on or what's wrong with the presidency or what the government, how long's a piece of string, man? You know what I mean? This is years of compounded issues, like years. And unfortunately, we ain't got time for that. We ain't got time for Mr. Chakwera.
Yes. Okay. Did is it this year or last year when they went to the space station on the commercial commercial flight?
You mean India? India did.
I think so, yeah.
Well, India went to the moon, didn't they?
Oh, I've got another iconic moment, and it's happening right now. Israel invading Gaza and restricting innocent people from having food, electricity, water, fuel. It's still happening up to this day.
Okay.
That's an iconic moment, and I think maybe we should address that too. Let
me ask you a question, Drew. I was contemplating whether I wanted to talk about this or not. So I want to ask you a question because I've seen on your social media that you are free Palestine, basically. Yeah, that's what you're on the Palestine side, right? Now, can you help us understand why you have chosen to take that stance?
first of all, I have to say this, and I think I stand for that. I stand for human rights, basic human rights for every human being. Okay, and in the time of injustice, if you remain idle, if you don't say anything in terms of injustice, it means you've taken the side of the oppressor.
Oh wow! My God.
It's just a fact. If you see, if you
okay,
if you are in a situation where there is injustice and you don't say anything or you don't do anything about it, you have taken the side of the oppressor. Yes, Hamas is not a good organization. There's nothing good about Hamas, right? But at the same time, what Israel is doing to innocent lives in Palestine right now is wrong.
Okay.
It's an infringement of human rights and it should be addressed.
Okay.
That's why I posted what I posted on my Instagram to say free Palestine, because there are innocent lives. Children are dying as we speak.
Because there's no way Palestine can defeat Israel.
Yeah, and the crazy thing, the thing that saddens me, the most right now is that when Russia invaded Ukraine, everyone was posting to say, help Ukraine. There was a blue, yellow flag everywhere on the internet.
Hold on, Drew. Hold on, guys. Obviously, hold on a sec. We'll get to this. We'll speak about this. Don't worry. Obviously, we have spoken about iconic moments, and obviously this is an iconic moment. And because of what's going on in Israel, we're going to speak about this a bit more, because Drew's got a lot to say. I've also got a lot to say, to be fair. Well, quite a bit. So we'll carry on. We'll carry on this with this topic. Yeah, the Israel, the Gaza situation. We'll give it maybe 10 minutes to talk about the jail word of the week and then conclude. So Drew, please carry on. Just want to let these guys know where we're going here.
Yeah, the thing is, what pains me the most, like I said, is that the whole world was sympathizing with Ukraine when Russia invaded Ukraine. But at this point in time, there is no sympathy whatsoever from the international community about what's going on in Gaza. Even USA has even the president of USA has put out a statement saying we are on the side of Israel and they're doing what is in their rights to protect themselves. So this whole thing shows like it's a fucking hoax. It's a hoax. What are we dealing with? What has the world become? Are certain people allowed to do infringement to other people, and certain people are not allowed to do such?
Okay.
No, it makes sense. I think that's to me. I think it's a valid point the way Drew has put it.
Okay, actually, wait. 1 second. Right, this came in before you started speaking. So yeah, go ahead. Abi said, "Look, or we can just all agree that wrong is wrong, and war brings nothing but chaos and pain to both sides. Both sides have innocent lives that are suffering." What do you guys think of that point?
I agree. That's why I say I don't agree with Hamas. Hamas is wrong. I don't agree with their policies and whatever they're trying to achieve.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't agree with that. But then again, that war between Palestine and Israel has been going on for a very long time.
Yeah.
And we all know why. There is an interest from the international community and the American side.
Yeah.
Because if Israel controls Gaza, Israel controls the Middle East, it means they have control over oil, right? So obviously people or international community will take the side of the ones that they know they can get access to that oil, and which is Israel. But at the same time, how does it reflect to us as a human society? What have we become? Do we take sides based on our interests, or do we take sides based on the infringement of human rights?
Okay. I understand what you're saying. I think, look, I'd like to hope that everyone's coming from a place of emotional concern, yeah, and understanding and all these things. I've been very concerned, like, I've thought about it. Like, okay, if we post one side, you're wrong for supporting the other side and condemning another, right? Um, if I say if I say free Palestine, but the Israelis that are not directly involved in what's going on. If I say I stand with Israel, then it's they're innocent children and people that are dying, as you're saying, Drew, right?
But yo, man, I would ask you a question. Why would you
Let me
take that
finish.
stand?
Let me
Why would you take that stance?
let me finish. I'm not saying I'm taking a stand. This is exactly what I'm
Uh,
saying. I
mm,
refuse to take a stand, and the
yeah.
reason is, the reason is what RB's been saying. Two wrongs don't make a right.
No.
There has been look. There have been wrongdoings on both sides, right? I don't agree.
Yeah.
I don't agree with what is going on right now. I don't agree with what's been going on in history, but I had to educate myself before I had an opinion, if that makes sense, right? Because I didn't want to say anything or do anything if I don't know exactly what I'm talking about.
Mm,
The history of this shows that that land, was originally Palestinian land, right?
they took it in 1949, man.
Right.
Yes. So
1949, that's when they established Israel as a country.
the history
There was
shows.
never Israel there.
So the
Mm.
but the
That's how far you go.
by definition. But anyway,
Mm.
what I'm trying to say is here, I'm for peace. That's the number one thing.
Right.
There should not be war. That is
No.
what I'm thinking. And these political entities, these countries that are USA standing with one side, and people, no disrespect, Drew, but you're saying if you're not on this side, you're on this side. If you're not saying anything, you're on this side. It's not necessarily it. It's, do I understand what's going on first?
Right.
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 And number
Right.
two is, what's the right thing to do? And even when I understood what was going on, I
Mm.
at a point I thought, hey, but Israel. Then I thought, hey, but Hamas. I'm for peace. Like
You're for peace.
that's what I'm for. So lay your guns down and bloody stop. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that needs to happen. So we can't
The
be
thing is, the thing is, I'm for peace too. The thing is, I'm for peace too. But let me give you a situation. Let me give you a situation. Maybe sort of like let me put a rhetorical example, right? If you're at the club, two people have a fight, right? And one is on the ground, okay, and the other one keeps stomping the one on the ground.
right.
Who are you gonna help first?
Obviously, I'm gonna stop the fight.
Right.
You see, that's the number one thing. I'm not going
Right.
there.
And you would maybe focus on the guy who has got more power to say, now you need to stop.
Yes. Of course.
Now you need
Yeah.
to stop. And at this point in time, let's be honest, let's be fair and honest. Israel is sponsored by United States of America, one of the superpowers who has a lot of ammunition and power. And the fact that the president even went on live television and said we are ready to help Israel as much as we can to make sure that Israel protects themselves for what?
I understand what you're saying. I really do. And it's not the right thing to say as well. It's America. America do this. They don't care. Well, look, the statement tells me that they don't care who gets harmed. I'm here. I'm protecting my land. So if anyone comes, you're done for, right? Wrong message to give out. So, the message, the biggest enemy is not Hamas. It's not Palestine. It is not Israel. It is not America. The biggest enemy is war. It's conflict, right? So if the world came together and said, actually, we don't like what both of you are doing. You can do this in a better way. We're not supporting you. We're not going to do anything until you come together and sit at the table.
I mean, let me ask another question. Let me ask another question here.
Right.
Does the world understand the conflict between Russia and Ukraine?
I don't know if the world does. We don't represent the world,
Exactly. But at the same time, when Russia invaded Ukraine, we took sides. We were for Ukraine. When when it happened, the world was for Ukraine because Ukraine was being oppressed. Right now, as we speak, Palestine is being oppressed.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The propaganda that was coming from Ukraine, right? it was not good. Like obviously they were getting oppressed, yes, but what was going on to those Nigerian students that were trying to get out the same way the Ukrainians are trying to get out? Where did they put them at the back, right? So that's my personal vendetta with
No, they
Ukraine.
didn't put them at the back, bro. They
Said
even
they
told them
can't
they
leave.
didn't have a right.
They told them
They
they can't
told them
leave.
yo, bro. They told them they didn't have a right to get on that bus.
get
They
on
told
the
them
bus.
they don't have a right to get on this
So
train.
they
It's
condemned
only
them.
for Ukrainian citizens.
So they
I
condemned them
think we should do another podcast about injustice in times of war.
So yeah,
I think, yeah.
like you guys saying here, Wantali, realistically, you would be caught in a crossfire and be affected more. Well, does the Red Cross get caught in crossfire? You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, yeah, it's war. There will be casualties, 100%. But your efforts should shine brighter than anything. You know, if we're scared of getting caught in the crossfire, we'll never stand up for anything. That's what I think, anyway. You know, that's what I think. Guys in the comments, they really want me to get their comments out because they want to be heard as well.
Yeah,
So
let's hear them. Let's hear them.
I have a lot to say as a black person, she says, right? Yukai says. Gunjan, I'm not going to read your comment because it's not relevant to the topic. RB says, but Hamas are also infringing human rights. They're parading women, gushing blood from their private parts, and I've seen some of the videos. Not good. Neither is
Yeah,
okay.
and again, before you go continue again, I remember saying that I'm not supportive of Hamas. I do not support Hamas. And I repeat, what Hamas is doing is not right at all. But what Israel is doing to innocent lives in Gaza is not right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, fair enough. Look, for me, the narrative I don't like is people going online, and the same one that you were talking about. If you're not on this side, then you're on this side. Last time I checked, I'm not even there. Do you know what I mean? That's the first part. That's the first part.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. So we are fortunate enough not to pick a side, and emphasis on fortunate. But what we can do, or what we shouldn't do, is divide this line, because we're just contributing to the conflict that's happening right now. That's exactly how it started. You belong over there. You don't belong here. You know what I mean? When it should be, we're all one. We're all the same.
Let's all get together and be alright. Yeah.
Give thanks and praise to the Lord. And
then it should be alright.
Like you guys said, we're on no side.
Madara,
you guys hold on a second.
the dichotomous view of things, whether it's 0 or 1, or whether it's you don't belong there or here. I don't think it's a very passing narrative, because if you look at your views, they might at some point align with the other side's view or the other side's view. But the most important thing that we should stress in this moment, at this point in time, is peace.
Yes.
That this war where innocent people are being killed, because the most important thing is that we should save as much as lives as we can through all this media kind of approach that we're using. Because if you have like a 0 or a 1 kind of approach, if you don't belong to us, then you belong on the other side. I can challenge you right now. There's no one who belongs in that, who fits perfectly in that box of I belong to that box and I don't belong to that one. Because at some point you find yourself belonging to the other box, and because they mean something else from the other box as well. So we are very, very fluid kind of beings. We flow in the and the best we can do is to be at peace with each other.
That's it.
Don't let each other
One love. One love.
So
okay. Go on. Sir.
So I wouldn't put myself in a position that I support Palestine. I don't support Palestine with Hamas's policy and what they're trying to achieve. But like I said, at this point in time, think about all those children that are being bombed every day. Think about those children that are amputated from bombs every single day. Think about the trauma that those children will have like for the rest of their lives. Think about that for a second.
Somewhat even exists to have that trauma. So you know what I mean.
Someone even exists to have that trauma, and I'll tell you what, and I'll be very honest and straightforward here, live on television, because like I said, I believe in human rights. Do you think that people from Palestine will be accepted to come into Europe as refugees the same way Ukrainians were accepted to come into
no.
European countries as refugees?
Based on the statements, no. Based on the statements that we've made so far,
hell no.
And that's another. That's hold on, Drew. So sorry, Drew. You go background noise, so I had to mute you. That's another right now there's conflict, right? That's the first thing. There's conflict. There's left and there's right, and then later it will be okay. So those are the guys that were labeled as terrorists. You know, it's gonna be that. Oh, we can't help them because but they will forget that they were victims. You know, they will forget that detail will be forgotten. Yeah. Now all of a sudden these guys are the oppressors. You know, how does that work? So again, narrative is very important, and you're right, Drew, about that one as well. It will create this difference, you know. And it will be a profile as well. You look like this person. You look like this type of person. And so I saw somebody on social media talking about it. You know, say, look, this is exactly what this is the. What do you call it? The manual book for racism. You know, it's
right.
Cast people away. Make them look like they're the bad people, right? And create laws that prevent them or even deny them their freedom. It's literally, you know. So
and the thing about the world is that we don't learn as human beings. We don't go back to our history and learn. We're doing iconic moments today, which is very powerful. I think as podcasters, we should be doing more of this and discuss and reflect about iconic moments. The thing about human beings, we don't learn. Do we learn from our past? Have we learned from slave trade? Have we learned from World War? Have we learned anything at all? We don't learn. We don't learn. And history keeps repeating itself because we never learned. And I'm speaking this on my spiritual side because I'm a very spiritual person. And I believe that if a problem keeps rising again and again and again, it means you haven't dealt with it. You haven't sat and reflect on it and dealt with it. So it keeps presenting itself because it's still there. It's still lingering there. And if you speak of racism is still there. And it's all a matter of fact that I am better than you. That's the whole point of racism. And if as human beings, we could come to an understanding to say there's no better human being on this planet better than another person, we would end all the problems on Earth.
That will never happen, Drew. That will never happen. That's my opinion. You will never be, as long as there's a person that doesn't want you to succeed, they'll never see you as an equal. They'll either think you're better than them or you're lesser than them. And that is the way it is, you know.
And you know the interesting fact now is what's lingering around right now. It's more to do with what you call this. There's a better term for this. It's more to do with the satisfaction that comes with the fact that I am higher than you.
Yeah, exactly that.
I can do better than you. You. It's a satisfaction, really. I mean, think about it for a second.
All right. Sorry, Drew. I need to cut you off there. I need to read these comments, and then we need to do Chichewa word of the week. So you think about Chichewa word of the week, and I'm going to get into these comments, right? So Gunjan, wait. So Gunjan's on some madness. We're talking about Israel, and Gunjan's thinking about below the waistline. Do you know what I mean? Come on, Gunjan. Red card for you, bro. You know, this guy.
Someone loves sex better than social etiquette.
Wantali and Ovi, I'm literally gonna frame your faces. Apparently, our faces were thingy. Yukai says Abali Damvani Bano. So she says, hey, listen to me. Gunjan says Ukraine is an evil country. I wouldn't say the whole country is evil. I wouldn't say that.
No, I wouldn't say that either. I wouldn't say that either. No, that's not. That's not. I believe that's not what me and Wantali trying to,
That's not
to
what we're
say
trying
here.
to
No,
do. This is the
no.
opposite. We're not saying hey left or right. It can't be. It can't be that way.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Yeah. The rest of it is literally Gunjan trying to make moves here. Yuka says they don't believe in your human rights though, Drew. Okay, I think
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Gunjan says RB says okay, this is not. I said Drew. RB says Drew. You know they did a social experiment on people that were marching for immigrants from war crimes, yeah, and literally not a single person that was militating for it would take one person in their house.
Really? Right. She's connected. She's connected. Thank you, RB. You're connected. You're connected. They did. That's what I've followed that research on that social experiment thing. Yep. She's connected. Okay. And that's sad. That's sad, really. That is very sad, really.
It is. So No Gravity Animation says, look, I like the people not picking sides and not speaking on something that they're not involved in, but choosing peace because others are canceling each other, which is right. Go get priority.
Which is right.
And we also have to accept that people will be wrong. Some people will be wrong. Some people will be right. It doesn't mean that because they're wrong today, they're not going to be right tomorrow. I don't know. I'm a believer in that, but somebody could say I'm wrong. Whatever it is you think. That's why we're here. Because one day Gunjan says some wild things. For example, we say that the queen took over from another queen. Literally we were thinking things like that. Like honestly, I don't know where that came from.
I don't know either.
I can't believe I said that. But there you go. Gunjan says the culture is men support other men and women could only have only one man. Okay. RB says whose culture is this Gunjan? Because it ain't mine. Yuka says racism is more than thinking we are better than you. Okay.
Yeah.
Will out exist you. There's a lot of things. Okay. Gunja says his mom. So Chichewa word of the week. So every week we have a Chichewa word of the week that we give you. Basically, this word, think of it as a point. Yeah. So it's a point for your quiz, a point for 5 shots and chill. So if you remember this word, when we do 5 shots and chill, you get points. So far, I think RB still got 2 points and No Gravity has 1 point. So Mr. Drew, without further ado, before we let you go to your body, what is the Chichewa word of the week?
I'm going to say more.
Okay, so moa is alcohol. So moa is alcohol. So that is the Chichewa word of the week, guys. Let us know what your Chichewa word what that translates to in your language, because the aim of this is to teach you a little bit of our culture, a little bit of our language as well, and learn about your culture. So let us know what yours is. That concludes the show, guys. So iconic moments. We spoke about Gaza, man. We spoke about Gaza and Israel as well. So it's a mashup. Long episode. Thank you guys for coming on. Make sure you like the video. I see there's not enough likes right now, so go and like that video, guys. Come on, man. We can't be on this and know you guys not liking videos. Don't make me get mad. RB says Chichewa word of the week. Dale Wanga, my darling. She says, oh, that's easy. Well, yeah. Dale Wanga. So guys, thank you very much. Amuna ndimoa ifedimafuna.
She's on. Yeah, she's on. Semayo is connected.
Okay, so Yuka says, hey, men and alcohol. You mean women don't drink? I've seen women who drink. What are you talking about? Anyway, guys, 5 rounds signing out. Friday the 13th of October. Halloween is around the corner. So we're going to see y'all next week. Have a good one. Take it easy, guys.
Cheers.